Illustrisimo under Master Ricketts sanction. I'll be bringing up shortly. Just want to say next week, Tuesday, we're having Tom Sotis on. Sotis will be joining us next Tuesday. We're going to be going over his book, which is pretty exciting. Those of you who've not gotten it, I highly recommend you get his book. Really interesting. Some of his stories and the countries he's traveled. Really unique perspective and how he put it together and all that. So it's a really good read. And I think Jeff is here, so I'm going to be bringing him up. Hey there.
Hey, what's up?
You are, I see you and hear you perfectly, but you are sideways.
Oh,
Not that that would be a huge deal, but
there you go.
um,
Yeah.
I would just simply would make an adjustment.
Yeah. Tilt a little bit right there.
Hey,
How you
I'm
been?
also representing.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Representing, bro. Awesome. Yeah.
I had to pick up. I'm guessing you had something to do with that.
Yeah. Which one?
The t-shirts.
Oh, well, yeah. I didn't design it, but I just put it together and stuff like that. So yeah,
No,
it's
that's what
good
I
to
figured.
have you wear it.
No, I had grabbed two, and when those came out and I saw that, I could not resist.
Right on. All right.
But
Sweet.
I don't have a polo,
Oh,
so
you have
that
to
might
work
have
on
to
that.
be that's going to have to be the next purchase.
There you go.
So, well, I want to officially welcome you on. Thanks for
Thank
coming on here and taking the time to do this.
Well, thank you so much for asking. I mean,
Yeah.
that really, I really appreciate it. And anytime I'm able to talk about my experiences with Master Topher, I'm all in. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So
and
yeah,
yeah,
thank you so much. We appreciate
and we're all in for our ears too. So,
it. Yeah.
so before, well, just with recent crisis and all that, how you guys holding up? How you family? How things going?
We're doing okay. We're doing, better than most. Unfortunately and stuff like that. You know, uh, we're hanging in there, and the Lord is good. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned this to you. I'm a pastor of a church, so
Oh, no,
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. So yeah, we're totally praying for everyone and stuff like that,
Yeah, I
and
know.
yeah. So thank you for asking. We're doing fine.
Oh yeah, I know. It's because yeah, I mean, fortunately, we're kind of in the same boat. I mean,
Yeah,
few inconveniences here and there, but nothing to the magnitude or what some people are going through. So I mean, it could be so much worse. You know what I mean?
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
as inconvenienced as we are and stuff like that, and we have plenty to be thankful for, and
Amen.
it's just one of those
Yeah.
things that we gotta encourage one another at this point in time.
Yeah, I
So
know.
yeah,
My heart is just out for those who are really struggling out there.
yeah,
Just who are already were kind of like down and out, and now
exactly.
this windfall.
Yeah, yeah,
So hopefully, though, we're gonna start maybe hopefully by June. I'm hoping, but yeah.
yeah,
But I'm glad that you guys are doing okay and all that. Because you're in
yes,
San Diego, correct?
yes, we are.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right, we're going to jump into it. I mean, obviously, the major part is going to be definitely be Ki and your experience with Master Topher and Brandon and all that,
Awesome.
which I can't wait to get to.
Uh,
However, though, just before that, like before we get into the Ki, what was your first my goodness, FMA experience? Where and when?
um, I would say when I was a kid, I grew up in the PI. You know what I'm saying? So I would say like in elementary, I already got exposed to basic stuff. At the time that I was growing up, I would say it was like a modern arnis that was like pretty much. I'm sure there's other systems out there, but the
Yeah.
first thing that I really was aware of a system, because I sort of lived in Luzon, which is the northern part
So
of the
that's
Philippines.
Manila in that
Yeah,
area,
Manila
correct?
proper and stuff like that. Yeah, so for sure there's other systems that existed at that time, but around the area that I was, it's more like modern arnis or even Balintawak actually. If I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, I wasn't involved on it in it formally. It's more of like I have a friend that's like, hey, I'm doing this thing that's so cool. I say, oh yeah, let me check it out and stuff like that. So that's sort of like my exposure to it. So I like I said, I knew the basic first five strike or whatever it
Cinco
might.
Terro or
Yeah, cinqueteros and all that stuff, basic disarms, basic stuff, but it's not like I was immersed in the system because like I mentioned to you before, I had other friends that had a
yeah,
background, and so they came in. We were like a bunch of kids together and
yeah,
stuff like that, and at the time we were living in a poor area, so we couldn't really afford to go to school, an actual martial arts school. So
mm.
we were sort of like exchanging ideas after school and whatnot. And
I think that's how it
that's
all
how,
started, right? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Yeah,
That's how I first tasted what a jab
mm.
is.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, oh, so that's what it means. Oh, okay, I get it now, right?
yeah.
Judo. I mean, that's the first time I ever got thrown, and the fun thing about it is like, we were like a bunch of kids and stuff like that, but it sort of sparked the desire, to learn more about it and stuff.
Sure, sure. It's got to start somewhere, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
So,
yeah,
so was it mostly? I mean, is it fair to say? And this, of course, this is in like you've mentioned over in the Philippines. Was it more kind of gravitate around stick, kind of?
yeah. At that time, yeah, it was mainly
Okay.
stick based and stuff like that. We you sort of knew that it was like, yeah, you can use a bolo or whatever. But I never got exposed to that part of it while I was younger. I
Yeah.
knew there was the knife. Basically it's the knife. You know what I'm saying? It's a stick and the
Okay.
knife, but not the
Okay.
sword or anything like that. At least for my exposure to it,
Sure.
stuff like that. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
mainly that the stick and the knife.
Okay. 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 So then, at what point did you? So this is around elementary age, am I correct?
Yeah,
Okay. So at
I
what
was there
point?
until sixth grade.
Oh, is that when? Okay. So that's when you moved to California then.
Yeah, at that time, martial law was enacted as very bad. It's Marcos era and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a few years before that, my parents already emigrated. They had a relative that petitioned them, and so we had to wait. I think about 3 years before we actually went to the Philippines. So that I mean, from the Philippines to America.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that was 77. Oh my gosh, it's been that long.
God. Yeah. I know.
77, yeah. I remember distinctly uh, landing in the US, and we were thirsty, and the person that was picking us up have us go to this vending machine, put money in it, and I was so surprised that money came out and then the soda came out. It was like, I was like total I was totally culture
Oh.
shock. I was like, what? Are you
Oh, that's too
kidding me?
funny.
Yeah,
Well,
so
yeah,
yeah,
that right. That you would
right.
get maybe some money back, and on top of it all, you would actually get a soda.
Yeah. So I was 77 when I got here. Yeah.
I'm not ignoring. I'm just checking here just to see who's because I always like to just to see who popping in and just say
Okay.
and so Vico
Oh yeah, hey
loves the
Vico.
background,
Kuya Vico.
your background,
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
which I
much.
do too. And Joe Rabello says, "Hi, folks. Glad to see this." And we got James and a few other people. All right, awesome. Um, so then, when you came over here, around sixth grade, all that, is it fair to say not much going on until you got older?
No, I was still interested. I was still
Yeah,
interested
but no
at that point.
formal.
Um, but it took me a while to like find my way around this because it's like I was experiencing a brand new culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah,
but
overwhelming.
through that,
Yeah,
but through that experience, that sort of like made me think. You know what? They're bigger people here.
yeah,
The kids were bigger.
yeah. No, yeah. Like now he's like
Yeah, I
bigger,
mean,
but
like
they.
they're well fed and they were taller. So yeah,
God,
I don't
these
know if you ever had
people
that
are
experience.
huge.
I mean, it was junior high. I mean, think about it. I mean, people are like they're growth spurts and stuff like that, right? And at that time, there weren't a lot of Filipinos like me, and what we were was like more Mexican and blacks and
Yeah.
some whites and stuff like that. So we really so I was the only person like me there at that time.
Oh, just
So
of
it was like
Oriental background. Period.
exactly. It was like
Yeah.
it was right before the big push, like in the '80s and stuff like that. But during the early '70s or late '70s and early '80s, it was still kind of like we're still kind of
Predominant. Yeah.
underground type of thing and whatnot. So, anyways, that's when I realized what if and I had some altercations and stuff like that, and that's when I realized I better start learning more.
Mom, these people are big.
Yeah, they have an advantage over me and stuff like that. So that yeah, it's, even through junior high, high school, I looked around at what was available at that time
Mm.
because the area that I was in, Dean, this weird stuff that happened. It's like we landed in Hollywood of all places.
Wow.
1977 Hollywood. Imagine like the 70s, like all
Yeah,
that.
here you're coming from the Philippines and you're
The
landing in Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like,
That's a culture shock. That would be a culture shock for somebody who lived in my state, like Connecticut, Rhode Island, going to Hollywood, let alone from another country.
exactly. So that
Yeah,
was like, wow, So, anyways, that sort of like made me want to what else can I learn? You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Sure.
yeah, so I did explore and stuff like that. I explored some uh basic American tempo is something I looked
Okay.
at and
Yep.
stuff like that. But later on, when I was in high school, around that area, then I discovered Kung Fu Sensu, which is like Choi Li Hoi Foot Ga is what the name is called, and it's founded by Jimmy Woo. He's like one of the pioneers here in California.
Okay.
Um, I did that for a few years and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, my pastor was or is a master of this system. That's why, I got wow, my pastor's doing that. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
so
All right.
I got into that and I learned that system for a while. I never ranked or anything like that. At that point, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was more like
Well, like, yeah,
could I really use this and stuff
yeah.
because again, we weren't, we're not well off or anything like that. So the area from Hollywood, we went to a suburb of Los Angeles called La Puente. Man, gangbanger land. I mean, that's like the armpit of.
Oh, and here
I love
you.
it.
Oh my
Sorry. If you guys
gosh.
are living there, I love you guys and everything like that. But you know how it is back in the day, gangbangers and stuff like drive-by shooting and whatnot.
Man,
So that was my new environment. So
yeah, I
I didn't
can't
have
even
time to
imagine.
like think about okay now curriculum. No, I need something now.
Yeah, you need something like right here and now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these
Yeah,
guys are not kidding around. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I continued looking around and stuff like that, and at this point, during in high, uh, yeah, I would say junior, senior high school, that I discovered inside kung fu. It's, oh wow, yeah, finally.
Okay.
So I ate that up. Yeah, I did. Now remember, this was like during the '80s, where Guro Dan Inosanto was very much involved.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, you're right in the mecca of
Yeah,
him.
exactly. So wow,
Yeah,
I read all these articles and stuff like that. So that again made me want to learn more and stuff like that. And that's when it was at this era that he started talking about FMA, all that
yeah,
stuff, which already like I'm sold. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I was
yeah,
looking
yeah,
for.
yeah,
But at that time, I just didn't have the wherewithal to like go to his school because it was like at least 50 to 60 miles away from me and stuff like
mm,
being high school. It's like
yeah, yeah. I mean,
barely
right.
making it and whatnot. So, anyways, I was just reading up on it, and then he started to talk about Silat. That's when it's like, oh, it caught my attention because he started. I mean, he already, like I said, I was already sold with FMA, but then he switched gears a little bit, and then
Yeah.
started talking about this system that's like, wow, it's like based on angles and all that kind of stuff that you can
Mm,
throw people that are bigger than you. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I did a little judo, but the way that Guru Dan described it was totally different,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So I was like, wow, you know, I'd like to learn something that some of that. So anyway, again, this is one of those key moments in my life where when I thought about that and stuff like that, I found out that Pendicar Paul de Toires had a school next next to my town. It wasn't that far away. So
Wow.
I called him up, and the lady answered, and I set up an appointment. And lo and behold, he was there. It was about 2 years when he first opened his school.
Okay, okay.
Talk about fortuitous events,
No
right?
kidding.
I
You got
mean,
like one of the key people that, I
yeah,
mean, that had such an influence in this country on Silat.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you were what? I mean, he was nice and everything like that. But who am I? I was a
Yeah.
Joe nobody coming in there and stuff like that. So he was very nice and everything like that. But I got to tell you the funny story that allowed me to get more stuff out of the car, if you will. It's like a. Anyways, I was into the system already, like for about 3 months or something like that, and they had this. At that time, they had this drill, and the drill was that they put stacks of mats, like rows of mats, and what we're supposed to do is jump over it and tuck and roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Tuck and roll, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I guess, to just in case somebody pushes you and whatnot. So, anyways, I did that. And to be honest with you, bro, I hated it.
Why? What's wrong with
I
jumping in the
well,
air and
I
trying
mean,
to land and
I could
roll?
tumble, but the way that they did the way that they did it was like at least 10 times.
No,
And
I
then
only know this because I used to have to do this in Kun Tao with Ron, and they
oh
said there's a lot of similarities, parallel between Kun Tao and
yeah,
Ceylon,
yeah,
particularly if
exactly.
your Kun Tao has a Mindanaoan flavor,
Right,
which
right.
Ron's did. But we used to do that. We used to have to run, tuck, and roll.
Yeah,
And I got to
exactly.
be honest
So
with
yeah,
you,
yeah.
couldn't
So I
wait.
understood that part, but I still hated it and stuff.
I
But I
hated
did
it
it
too. Yeah.
obviously, because I wanted to learn the system. So I did it and everything like that. But the fifth time, this was when I was working graveyard. So at this particular moment, I was late to work already. So but I ate and stuff like that, but I still went to class with a full stomach. So I did the rolling thing, and I think, like I said, by a fifth time, man, I was like green in the gills.
Oh
Right?
no.
I was green, bro. I mean, after I couldn't even finish the sixth one. I immediately booked it to the bathroom and started hurling. Now, this gym is like just one room, and the bathroom was right at the corner. Unbeknownst to me, everybody heard me hurling.
Oh.
Everybody heard me, including Pendicar. So
So
I was trying to play it cool,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
After I did my business, I closed the door. I cleaned up afterwards, of course.
I'm sure you. I'm sure none of them were laughing either, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Jeff, are you okay?" I said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm fine,
Get back
You know
in
what?
line.
After that, they never did that drill ever again.
Is that right?
Yeah. But then after that, you know
Huh.
what? Pendicard started to like pull me aside and started to give me extra stuff, extra training, to
Huh.
the
How
point that
interesting.
he actually invited me to his garage in his house and stuff like that. But I think what it is like I think for some weird reason, I
He
think he
must have like
respected
a
me coming back. You know what I'm saying? He expected
no
me
that
not
you
to
didn't
come back
quit.
ever.
Yeah, that you didn't quit and you kept on with it.
Exactly.
So he must have saw something. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like so touched by that, because
No, that's
like I said, I
fantastic.
was nobody in the martial arts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have
He could have just
even
right. Yeah,
passed
yeah,
me
yeah.
off to some of his seniors, but instead, he took me in and
Yeah.
he really gave me some extra stuff that to this day I use.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah. Well, obviously he saw something in you. I mean, that's
Yeah, but
yeah. I mean,
anyway,
he's
so going back to the FMA stuff, so that's how I got introduced to Silat. But anyways, even in my Silat training, I was beginning to hear, because it was at this time as well that Master Topher was beginning to like accelerate his
yeah. He was
uh,
becoming known.
seminars.
Yeah, and known
So
too. Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
Gurdan Santo started
Mm.
opening the gym and with Punungur Edgar Sulite and stuff like that. So
Oh
that's when they
man,
started
what
opening
a
the
pair,
gates.
huh?
Yeah, that I was at that time. So I keep hearing because there's other student coming in at the Silat school saying, "Hey, Jeff, have you heard about this guy?" I said, "No, no, what? Oh, this guy is like from the Philippines and stuff like that, and he has a kid, and this kid is amazing."
So with the kid, were they referencing Bruce?
Yes,
The only reason I'm
yes,
asking is because David Gould says Bruce is supposed to be, and nothing, and I'm sure Brandon is as well.
yeah,
But Bruce is older. I'm
yeah,
correct.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, that he was amazing.
Yeah, both of them are. Yeah, the both Bruce and Brandon are
Yeah,
like amazing. I mean, they were, they were there when they were kids and stuff like that. So they grew up in the system,
yeah, they were
and
living,
yeah,
breathing
so
it.
they had that
Yeah.
exposure to the art, and not only that, they had their father's genes, where it's like they're like super
Mm.
kid, super athletic and stuff like that. So yeah, so anyways, I begin to hear all this buzz about them and stuff. I said, oh yeah, that's nice. And then then I saw the book, The Secrets of Kali's Illustrisimo. Then I started to
Oh,
read
okay.
more
Yeah.
about Master Topher and stuff like that. And again, here's another turning point in my martial art career, is that I thought to myself, wow, I wish I could learn from this guy, but I don't even know how often he comes to America, because I had the impression that he was based in the
Oh, he was still. Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. So I was just oh man. So from afar, I was like already like you know fanboying. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, man, this is amazing stuff. And then Pendicar, while we were training, he had very great things to say about Illustrisimo and Lameco and stuff like that.
Mm.
To the point that he even say, hey, if that's what I would do.
Yeah. Well, for good reason. Yeah. No, I
Yeah. So
mean,
I mean, this
if
is
he
from
saw it,
Pendicar. I mean, he
yeah,
was like, he knows his stuff, man. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
real deal, and he knows and recognizes real deal stuff. So that's why that made me pay attention some more. It's like, oh, okay.
yeah. If he's saying it,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
he's-
he'd seen it all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, being exposed to, with Guru Dan and all that.
yeah. Wow.
I mean, to him to say that's he said that with Hiron Extrema as well.
Wow.
He likes what they do. So you could tell that he really respected that. So that made me really, oh man, I gotta find out.
Uh, I could
So
just. I
anyways,
mean,
yeah,
wow. It's like butterflies. Yeah.
yeah,
Here. Oh, we got to. I just want to just acknowledge some people that are here for you.
okay,
John Kuspis, thank you. John Amok, brother, thank you, John. And Paul Decane.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Hey
okay.
Paul,
I hope I didn't do abomination on his last name. Sorry, Paul, if I did. Thanks for hosting this interview. So proud of Jeff's accomplishment.
thank you.
Richard Packman.
Yep, Thank you, guys.
He was
I
was
appreciate it.
promoting the whole thing. Thank you, Richard, again for that. Nathan, thank you, Nathan, for jumping on. And Carlos, thank you. Hope it's all is well with you, Carlos. And actually, Carlos, I owe you a message. We got to get you and your son. Okay, so now this is going to lead to that famous
Yeah,
that
sometimes I
famous coffee shop.
yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm like Forrest Gump, you know? I meet all these guys and I have no idea how I meet them, you know?
That's great. For
You know? I'm a blessed man, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I know it's, you know, in my belief system, I know that the Lord has led me to these men to
yeah.
really,
Hey, I mean, it did. I don't think it was accidental.
yeah, exactly.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, so after that, I had to go to San Diego for for work and stuff like that. And I was torn because again, I was in the midst of my Silat thing and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I really wanted to like really get into it and whatnot, but circumstances moved me to go to San Diego and stuff like that. So, anyways, went over there, and it wasn't until 2003 that I actually moved physically to San Diego. But at that point, I was already like looking around San Diego for like, what can I do next that's
Yeah.
even comparable to what I did
And
and
lo and
stuff.
behold.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's a lot of good
Yeah.
places here, but it wasn't like what I was looking for or what I was like. What's my taste or whatever. So
Yeah.
anyway, I just comforted myself to reading, the articles and stuff like that about Illustrisimo basically and stuff like in the
Yeah.
book. I mean, the book is all dog-eared now. By this time, I
Yeah.
already
Yeah. It's a
read it.
great book. I still have it. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
for
already read
reference.
it, right and
You
stuff
know.
like that. I also got that martial culture or something like that.
Mark Wiley.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
anything that pertains to
Yeah. Yeah.
AI, it's like
I
I'm
think
trying
they're
to.
all great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it. So, anyways, at that point, I was like, I was even sat, I was like, what am I gonna do? So, anyways, I went to my usual haunt. What I do is usually after work, I go to Barnes and Noble, check out magazines, of course,
Yeah. We
inside
can. Yeah.
with the usual geek martial art geekery that I do, right?
Yeah.
I go through the magazine rack and stuff like that. It's an old issue, and I went and turned a corner, and there was one guy. There was in the Barnes and Noble. There was like a Starbucks, and as I turned the corner and I looked at the Starbucks, I saw a guy sitting right at the corner, and I was about to pass him, but I looked back and I saw this guy looks so familiar. And I turned around and looked back again, and it was Master Topher.
Of all places.
Topher Ricketts, of all people. You know what I'm saying? He was right there. Yeah, drinking. I think he was just waiting. I don't know if he's drinking coffee or whatever. But anyways, so I made another circuit because I was thinking maybe I
Yeah. You
just
want to be
misheard
sure.
this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to like be a creep or whatever. No, I turned around and stuff like that, and I finally got the courage to ask, excuse me, sir, are you Topher Ricketts? And I said, yeah, I am. I said, oh wow, I didn't know you were in America. How long are you going to be in America? And he said, I live here. Like, boom! Like,
I
what?
would. You know what? I would have sat down. I would have
Yeah,
ordered
I was
lunch.
like, are you serious? Because I was, like I said, I was thinking that he was going back and forth and,
Mm,
wow, I was blown away. So, anyways, I spoke the language. So, I spoke in Tagalog
okay.
to him and stuff like that. So, that sort of put him at ease that I wasn't like a joker or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. You weren't like trying to extract
Yeah, yeah,
information.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so we had a short conversation. He gave me a card of his number in it, and then so it took me about a year to get settled in San Diego, and then after that was 2003, then 2004. That's when I started.
So okay. So 2004 is when you officially started with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So all right. So then we got to. Okay. This is great. So let's go. Okay, 2004. So let's. All right. So my next. This is fantastic, by the way. What you're sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what when you first so when you first go to this class setting, like I mean, because prior to this, most of your stuff that you've been exposed to is kind of with stick and a little knife. Is that fair?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So now you go to him, and now you're seeing arguably one of the best sword systems,
yeah.
and Master Ricketts.
Yeah, I mean, talk about why? Yeah, right. I mean,
So
again,
what was that first
I'm
class like?
so thankful because
Yeah. Oh,
I totally,
yeah,
yeah, I totally realize that it's a privilege. You know,
yeah.
not everybody can say that they were under Master Topher. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
You know, and to be actually, you know, yeah. So I that's why I'm so honored to even share this story with you
Yeah.
because yeah.
No, and we are so honored to have you sharing it. I mean, believe
Well,
me.
thank you. I
Um,
appreciate that. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
anyways, yeah. So, yeah. I
So that first class.
basically he asked me like, okay, so what do you know about FMA, Jeff, and stuff? No, nothing much, Master Topher. You know, I just did my basic synchroteros and whatnot, and so that's when it started, man. It's like he's restructured everything. I was like,
Uh,
yeah. Now this is like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like my experience with him is that he's very precise. He's very
mm,
exact. Nothing is like a guessing game with his the way that he did KI.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? It was like he knew exactly, and at that time, Brandon started to come because he was like junior high school and stuff like that. So
So
he
was it
started.
Master Topher? Was
Brandon
Bruce there at
Ricketts.
the time?
I'm sorry.
Was Bruce there at the time?
Bruce was still in high school at that time. I
Oh,
think
okay,
he was
okay, okay,
like I think he's like a senior at that
okay.
point. So he was kind of busy
Yeah,
at that stage and stuff like that. So it's more like they were switching off.
yeah.
So mainly it will be Master Topper and Guru Brandon Ricketts.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and stuff like that. So yeah, they started to refine my structure and whatnot. And then the third day, Master Topper handed me a stick, a padded stick, and said, "Let's spar." I just like what? Hello. Again, I mean,
Alrighty then.
are you sure? He said,
you
"No, no worries." He said, "Hey, come on, Jeff." Yeah, so we had the
sure?
boxing ring, and this was like in the Linda Vista school. He said, "What
Yeah.
was the BJJ school and stuff like that?" We had the boxing
Oh,
ring.
so he was subletting.
I'm sorry.
He was subletting the place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, we went into the boxing ring, and he was there and stuff like that. And by the way, the padded stick
Stick
he gave me was
wasn't so padded.
it wasn't padded. It was like one of this first gen stuff that it's like you
Uh,
can technically say it's padded because there is like a fabric around it and
yeah.
there's foam inside. But that foam is not high impact foam. I don't know what type of foam it is. But
Uh,
anyways, so here we are, and you know he gave me the cool beer mug
Lameco.
cover. Yeah, the Lameco thing. It wasn't the
Okay.
Lameco, but that was the
Okay.
thing, right? So anyway, it's spark. So again, you know, okay, Master Tope. So I can go like this. Like I laugh at it now because it's like,
I'm
what am
ready.
I doing over here? Like then all of a sudden, man, out of the blue, I did not even see him move. He executed the most precise number one I've ever felt. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you've seen that video that that is out there with him and Punuguro Chulite in the
In the
park.
park. Oh, I watch it. I watch it like all the time, just to
It's di-
see. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's different when you're in the front.
No, and I totally appreciate what you're saying because it's one thing
Yeah,
to get a side reflection and view of it, but
yeah,
when you are in front, it's like
yeah,
I try to
it,
explain to people, and this is going to parallel what you're talking about. Like
yeah,
I fundamentally believe in conversations with not just you, but with Burton and David Gould, that there is a lot of practitioners that have never seen a true number one like coming at them And when
it
Gould, I went down to Gould, and I had to do the same thing, very similar to what you did. He put the
uh-huh.
pad on me, and he's cocked loaded like this. He goes, "Okay, so just I want you just to react normally." And
Oh man.
I
Yeah.
didn't
So
see
yeah. So
a
anyways,
damn thing.
yeah. I mean, it. And some people, say it's just a number one, but dude, it was so. It
Nah.
was non-tele. I mean, we throw
Yeah,
that around.
non-tell. Yeah,
Non-telegraphic.
yeah,
You hear that all the time,
yeah.
but it's
You hear
different
it,
when you. Yeah,
but
but when you feel it, when you are
Mhm.
actually with a master, and
Yeah,
he's actually trying to hit you, and you're trying to get away and
yeah.
not have him hit you.
I know.
There's like a purity to that, at least for me. There's a
No, it's so. And I'm totally with you because Steve Grody, I had Steve Grody on here, and what he referenced was so similar to what you're talking about now. And what he said was there was such a quality of delivery from PG Edgar.
hmm
I mean, the quality of the strike and the
yeah,
feed, he says, was like none other. And it's
yeah,
exactly what you're saying.
yeah,
It's
exactly. I mean, they're like compadres. I mean,
yeah. I hear they were
they
really
made them.
close, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So they sharpen each other up and stuff like that,
Yeah.
to the point that
So bad. They're both
even
man.
just the fundamental number one strike is such a profound thing. I mean, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I realize now that if that was a knife or if that was a blade, my hand will be gone.
Oh, gone, gone. I
My,
know. Yeah, yeah. I mean, just with that kind of uh, power behind. Yeah. Oh,
and that's another thing, right? I mean, I felt it with with the
yeah.
beer mug,
Yeah.
and
It's
it's not,
scary the
you know,
power those guys have. Yeah.
just the precise nature of his hits and just the
Mm,
way he delivers his strikes. I had hematoma even with the padding. It was that strong. It
that's
was that precise. I
yeah.
mean,
I know. So if it's a stick, your hand's broken. If it's a sword, your hand's
it,
off.
exactly. Because again, he never. Well, let me take that back. He always told us that, hey, you always make sure where your edge is, even
Yeah,
with his.
yeah, yeah. No, that's they were. Yeah, well, I mean, it's no secret from this. What I'm getting, it sounds like parallels with because of Edgar and Master Topher. Obviously, I mean, they were kind of working together, trying to fuse their stuff, make it as best as humanly possible, refining it.
Yeah, yeah.
Vico form. Vico says there is a certain pop to that purely executed number one, and the
Oh,
pain penetrates the guard. The
oh
cheap
yeah, oh yeah. That is it. That is it.
Thank you, Vigo.
Unless you feel it, man, it's
Yeah, yeah.
snap. Oh
No, I
my god.
know. I've never been hit so hard than by David Gould.
Oh my
Like
god.
just
Yeah.
like unhumanly, and just thinking like, wow, if that was like a certain plate. I mean, just not like break, but shattered. You know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, they're just a special group, man.
Yep. Yep.
So
I
then,
mean,
so that's your wonderful third class
my
experience.
my introduction to Master Topher and his loving care. Yes.
So, but
Yeah.
obviously you were loving it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I was sold at that point
yeah,
in
yeah,
time. I
yeah,
was like, I
yeah,
was sold. It was like, oh my gosh, I got to learn this.
yeah.
If I can approach that, even a percentage of that, if I can just
Mm,
get that whole precise. I mean, everything that he did was precise.
yeah,
To be
yeah.
honest with you, I mean, it was like not just the number one, even just his footwork, his body mechanics, the way he positions himself.
Notice with him, a lot of hip too. Like when I watch him,
Exactly. Yeah. His
his
hip.
hip, like just that
Yeah.
whole hip on Eckies, and
The
that.
Ekis, everything. It's like body
Mm,
driven. It's never just arm. There's
no,
some.
no, I've seen it when I watch him because I watch. Like you said, I'm a junkie too, so I just go on YouTube and I just watch them.
Yeah.
Just like not so much the delivery, but just everything, just their whole body, and
Yeah.
just so much.
There was a chain of movement in his whole movement that it's not just one element. It's a
Yeah.
whole synergic
There
movement.
has to be developed that whole power band. Has to
Yeah,
be.
exactly. With that,
Mhm.
and that the reason for that is because he's not chambering.
Yeah, no,
He
no,
doesn't
no.
have he doesn't have the chambering effect to
Mm,
to exert the force. So what he
yeah,
does is like he uses his body motion,
just that.
the shoulder and the hip to generate the power and stuff like that. And it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, definitely.
No,
He's
no, it's
very,
just until and like you said, you can watch it, from the sidelines, from a
yeah,
video, but until you are in front of people of that caliber
yeah,
and you see, like, and you're the third point of their triangle, and you actually see, like, I'm telling you,
yeah.
it's freaking, it is a whole nother dimension of, like, when, you know what I mean? Like, Mike Frazier on here. Mike, you'll appreciate this. David Gould's non-telegraphic strike. Um, so
Yeah.
then, all right. So this is your third. So obviously, 2004. I mean, you're digging it. I mean, you're seeing him like a couple times a week,
Yeah,
thereabout.
yeah. During that time, it was like, during the weekends and stuff like that, and sometimes during the week.
Okay.
And then he would invite me to his. He had a condo, a few miles away from the gym, and we would have some training over there. And by
Okay.
the way, let me just give you a quick mind blowing thing.
Sure.
First time he invited me to his garage. It was a great garage, man. He got it laid out and stuff. He had this cool looking tatami mat on the floor. He had a bob set up and stuff. But what really caught my eye was at the corner. There was about, I think it was about 5 or 6 bookcases that were about 6 feet tall.
Okay.
Some of them had books. But what drew me to that area was the DVDs.
All
At
his
least
reports
4 big bookcases of DVDs, and I found out that those were the archives
of that he was
of
taking
Tata
of the
and
Tom.
Jim
Oh, I
training.
heard. I
And
heard
that's
he
what
has
that's
like.
what he did. When I was going to his house and stuff like training, he would show me the technique and whatnot, and say, "Oh, Jeff, let me show you to you." He pulls out the DVD, puts it in the player, and he shows where Tatang does a V decadena V. He shows where Tatang does the X. He shows where Tatang bagsak.
I heard he like when they were starting to get together back in the day with Yuli and Tony Diego, like he actually spent the money to get the recorder. Is what I heard. I mean, fantastic. But I heard the footage. Well, I heard the footage he has is
You know
just
what? I only saw a fraction of a fraction of what the Ricketts brothers have now.
really.
That is like
It's like gold.
treasure. I mean, that's historical record.
Oh my God. No, no argument here.
It's one thing to write it and make notes.
Yeah.
When
You,
you when
but
you're
they have
seeing
it.
Tata move, and yeah, yeah, okay, that's one thing. You can draw your diagrams. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But it's another to have a video camera running and actually see Tata do the V Cadena V.
Yeah. Oh
And
my
by the
God.
way, most of the videos out there, anyways, they came from the Ricketts archives.
The ones that are like showing the Luneta Park and all that.
Luneta, parts of some of it, he showed the stuff that he showed me was on top of a building that Alex Cole owned, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then some of it was like in his house. Some of it is like all over the place and stuff. So this was like early '80s stuff.
Yeah. I know. I know. God.
Yeah. So that was like I was like privileged to even see that, and he gave me some clips and stuff like that, but nowhere near. Like I
Nowhere
said,
near.
the,
Yeah.
the Ricketts have tons of footage.
No, I've heard. I've
Yeah.
heard. Yeah.
So yeah. So anyways, that was my introduction to the whole system. He was kind enough, and again, I've been blessed with favor with these masters that they allowed me to
Mm.
training in their house and stuff like that.
No, well, absolutely. they obviously saw something in you. So I think it has a lot to do with you too. You know?
Well, I don't know what it is, but I'm grateful. I just, I was so thrilled, not just to even get a glimpse of the art and now to be involved in it and stuff
No,
like.
you're right. No, no, no. So,
Yeah,
wow.
so it was what a ride it was. You know what I'm saying?
Just for the viewers, can you just, again, as best as you can, describe and all that, his teaching approach, Master Ricketts, like his approach. I mean, was there like, or his style? I mean, was there stuff that kind of stood out?
For me, oh yeah, he wasn't big in it with terminology.
Okay.
He wasn't big with that, but he knew this. He knew his stuff. He could display it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I saw with him, is that it's so ingrained in his system already that he just moves. You you as a student have to take the initiative to understand what he's doing.
Okay, so when you say initiative, but not only to understand what he's doing, but leave it up to you since it's your journey and you're responsible for it to ask him questions.
Yeah,
And
you were able. Yeah, I was able to do that. I was able to like
no,
ask him.
I love that. Like it's
Yeah,
up to you. Like if you really want, I mean,
yeah,
there's a resource. I mean, like,
yeah,
um,
exactly. So yeah, he was very open to that. He was very generous, as a matter of fact.
yeah,
To like, Jeff, this is how you do it and whatnot. And when we're doing class, it's very, like I said, he's very detailed in his explanation and stuff like that.
yeah,
So, in that sense, yes, he was very detailed in that, but it's also very big in sparring, as you know, very big in sparring,
yeah.
because he believed that that's the only way you can feel the energy coming at you,
No,
and
no
see
question. Yeah, yeah, no
see
question.
how really is. Cause that's what he basically mainly told me. You got to feel the energy that's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
at you, because if you're doing it too much form and whatnot, that's why in Kali Illustrisimo USA we don't have a lot of forms. We do
yeah.
have forms,
I know. Yeah,
series and whatnot and
yeah,
whatever, but we're mainly to get you moving, and get you have a syllabus, if you will, or a idiom in movement, so that
yeah.
you can apply it in sparring.
No, I love that philosophy. I just,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I know, I'm with you. No argument here. So would he end so far as like maybe like if we were to look at an example of a class? Obviously, you're doing some attribute development, some drilling, and then he
Pretty
would end
much,
with sparring.
yeah, pretty much. He was old school at that time. Yeah, I would even say it's like, really old school backyard training type of thing.
Mhm.
I mean, he never. I mean, we bowed and all that kind of
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but we were a smaller group enough that he didn't really require that and stuff like that. We did the rope, where there's a rope hanging across the gym, and we would, strike it just to get the mechanics.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I never. That's interesting. That's new. So
yeah,
he would set a rope, and you would.
yeah, it's a big, where you climb ropes and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay,
So
yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah,
the yeah. So he laid it out across the gym because it's long enough, and you practice your bagsak and your ekis and your aldabis,
oh, interesting. I've never. So
because
did
it
he?
has a
Would he
different tactile feel to it, other than the tire
or a
and
tire or a bag or what have you?
or a
So he.
bag. Yeah, yeah. Actually, the rope. That's the first time I actually see somebody do that. Yeah, maybe somebody else
I've
does.
never. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I've never even heard of it. So
Yeah,
I think that's fair to say. So you would actually have to try to make contact with it, though,
yeah.
correct?
The rope. And
Oh,
what
okay,
it is,
okay.
what he told us is that you need to have some resistance, obviously, and stuff like that. But the
Yeah.
rope doesn't stop the momentum.
No,
It
no, no.
actually
Okay.
allows you to cut through.
Plus, it's also I gotta say, there's got to be an accuracy thing there. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
all of that is being instilled
yeah,
in him and stuff like that. But it also has like conditioning for the wrists and the arm and
yeah.
stuff like
Okay.
that. But mainly he liked it. I believe that because you can actually do the cut and not bounce off.
Oh, that you can actually go
It's more
through. I
impact. Like if it's a
okay.
tire and you
Yeah.
do this,
No,
there's an
right.
impact.
You're going to get that resistance. I mean, good for power, But
Yeah,
I can see what he means, like the ability to actually come all the way through, and
right.
the accuracy
I believe
development.
that's why he liked it, because of the rope doesn't stop the momentum. It actually, you hit the rope, right? But you have to follow through.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's not bonk.
yeah, no, no, right. It bounces off like a no. How interesting! That wow, that's
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. That's so
Me
interesting.
either. Yeah, that was I give him credit for that, because I've never
No,
seen.
absolutely. Matter of
You
fact,
know
I've
what
never
I'm
even
saying?
heard. He might. Huh, who knows? Maybe he was like the only one. I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never even like. I've heard people for boxing. I used to have to do a rope. You're
Oh
bobbing
yeah.
underneath. Yeah, but nothing
Yeah.
with
Not a rope.
like,
Yeah.
weapons.
Exactly. He
Huh.
had that. He had in the gym. He had that across, and I believe in his garage. He had it like standing vertical, like this,
Ah,
so he can
that
use
is so.
the cutting motion that we do.
That is so
It's a lot.
interesting.
Like I said, when you have that rope standing there, and you do your cutting, right? It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop
Yeah,
your
right. It goes
momentum.
right
It
through.
doesn't
Correct.
stop
Okay.
your flow. That's what he
Got
likes about it. But he also has that resistance that
where
actually.
the power
Yeah,
and yeah,
exactly. You can
yeah,
hit as hard as you can and stuff like
yeah.
that, but you can still cut through it.
Right, right.
So I think it's kind of
Huh.
ingenious in my opinion. You know what
Jeez.
I'm saying? It's like, wow, I never thought of that.
I
I
I've
always
never.
hit I always hit a tree.
Yeah, I mean, right. You're either hitting a bag, you're hitting
Yeah,
tires,
exactly.
or you're using heavy like pipes or whatever. What I do,
Yeah,
like I got like 10, I got 5 and 10 pound pipe, but much to your point, nothing with a rope. Matter of fact, Guru Vico saying the rope is marine rope about 4 inches wide. It doesn't bounce back like you just said with the like the tire. So
yes.
so it sounds like it was marine rope that he
Yeah, it
got,
was like
which makes sense.
the one that
San
we use.
Diego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like a Manila rope. You know what they
Yeah.
use in the docks. That's basically what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Thick
Where
enough. Yeah,
yeah.
it
Where
has
the
mass so it won't flop around.
that is
But
so interesting. Wow. I'm trying to
yeah,
think of
so
how
the
I can
information is there. Yeah.
like I use a rope for a tennis ball for knife, just so when it's
Yeah.
moving around for like tracking and targeting and going deep to shallow, shallow to
Yeah.
deep. I never
Exactly.
thought like about a rope. Like that's
Yeah. Yeah. I
wow.
mean, that's one of the ingenious things that he did. It's
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
Like I said,
absolutely.
I never thought of that. It's like, oh, okay, that's new to me. But
No,
when I did it,
no. Yeah,
I felt the difference. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. I get
yeah,
the
yeah.
tactile uh, feedback is different on it.
No, that's so clever. Wow.
Yeah.
So then, so first, so it's on his style, and let me just see here. Um, at what point, like I know, so we covered, your time with him. I'm sure there's other stuff too, but I want to get a couple things. David, all right, Michael Frazier, he's a student at David Gould's, brother Mike, has a regular vertical rope with a knot at the end for accuracy. Okay, right, kind of like the ball. Yeah, which is that's kind of where I got that, yeah, for recovery strikes and all that, but that's a new one. So during this time, to his unfortunate death, because he died way too young, was he pretty much running the show then, or like the classes and all that?
Who, me?
Master Ricketts?
Oh, Master. Yeah. Well, what happened was that, yeah, he was still. I mean, even I was there when he found out, and he was still teaching. He still had the desire
No,
to
God.
teach the art. I mean, and another side note, during the last years of his life, I asked him, you know what, Master Topher, you know so many things. He gave us taste of what he knew, like
Yeah,
Sagasa, Gocho, even praying mantis and stuff like that. It's like I was like blown away. It's like
yeah,
you know all these things. Like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And then they asked him, well, what else? Oh yeah, do you still teach Lameco? And he said, no, I'm pure Illustrisimo now, and
yeah.
that's what it
He's the
was.
highest ranking. I tell you, I mean,
Yeah,
until he died. I mean, that's what I
yeah,
was always shared with me.
yeah. That was his
Mm,
focus during his last at least
it
5 years
was
of his life.
KI, yeah, probably because for his sons and
Yeah, he
That's just
just he
tragic.
just yeah, he really had the desire to like honor his instructor,
Mm.
you know,
No,
and
you could, no, it showed. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
God, yeah. So
yeah.
that's just, I knew that we were going to cover that, obviously not really wanting to, you know what I mean? It
Well,
wasn't like,
yeah.
so is that when the sons kind of started teaching?
Yeah, he was within our classes and stuff and helping his dad. Brandon and Bruce sort of
Yeah.
tangibly switch and stuff like that. Uh, I have the privilege and honor of sparring both of them when they were at their fastest. And
Uh,
oh my gosh, it's like,
I've heard
oh
nothing
man,
but incredible things. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, if I was, if I didn't really love the art, I would have just given up because
Yeah.
there's no way I can even
I
approach.
know. It's just, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, just just grin and bear it, and try to
Yeah.
absorb what they try to teach you. But yeah, during that time, he was already grooming the boys. No, well, they're not boys anymore; they're men.
Yeah. Right. But yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still thinking of way back. But yeah, the guys, he was already grooming them and stuff like that. And by the way, man, Bruce and Brandon, they are very knowledgeable. They
No,
know the art. They
I'm
are
sure. Sure.
I mean, I'm just incredulous that these guys are so young, but yet they.
So knowledgeable,
And let me
huh?
just say this in a public forum: their dad would have been so proud.
No, I'm sure.
I mean, they are just incredible young
Jeez.
men,
No.
incredible human beings, and stuff like that. I mean, I know their dad was proud of them when he was alive, but even I believe even now he
Now
would
he
be
would
so
even
proud.
no, I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure he would. What they're doing, what they yeah, no, I'm sure that's
Would just say they accomplished this for such a short time and stuff like that. So it was like it was a joy and a privilege to see them grow up and just
mm,
take their place and be men of integrity and just being
no, I believe. Matter
not
of fact, Mike Frazier's referencing a story that David Gould's told me that when unfortunately when Master Topher was in the hospital and the boys would come in there and like do their like perform their skills and all that
yeah,
he was just so proud. I mean, yeah, that's
absolutely,
just
yeah,
terrible that he had to leave us. Huh?
I
I mean,
know,
him and PG. I mean,
yeah,
way too young. Way. I'm just seeing if we missed anybody, but way too young.
absolutely, I agree. Yeah.
Tragic. But so
But I'm
then,
glad that I'm glad that the guys, the boy. I keep saying boys. They're
yeah, yeah,
men, young men. They're still training. I
yeah,
think
over there now.
Punaguro
They're
Brandon.
back in
Yeah,
mainland. Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Punaguro Brandon has
Yeah.
a group now and stuff like that, and I'm sure Punaguro Bruce is training on his own and stuff like that. So the
Mm.
legacy is still alive. There's so
Yeah,
many
yeah. Right. It's
people
not like
that
it's just
yeah,
yeah.
there's so many people that Master Topher impacted, like Vico and Eno and all that. So his legacy is surely
Yeah.
alive.
Because which one I want to get into now? Because we got, I want, we're going to go over an hour, which I'm fine with. Is that okay with
Oh,
you?
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, no
I thought
worries,
you would
no worries.
cut me off.
I mean,
Say, "Oh, you're too
this is
boring,
just
man."
sometimes this happens.
All
When
right.
okay, so they move, and so because I want to cover a few things before one, your recent, obviously, I mean, you've been covering home base, your nonprofit, and then if you got time for a quick demo, that would be,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, sure.
so. So when they went over there, so you like, what time? At what point? At what year did you you started managing ship?
Uh, you mean the teaching here in
Yeah, like when they moved, like I mean, because
Oh, that was 2005. Oh
so
no,
wait,
sorry, 2005. 2015.
so 2015 is when Brandon.
When Brandon, yeah, he started to, yeah, that's when I got my certification for to be an apprentice instructor. There were three of us, myself. then Paul Ducanay, and then Mike. Sorry, Mike, I forgot your last name right now. I'm
Maybe Paul's on here. Maybe Paul will give it to
yeah.
us.
I'm sorry, Mike. He's gonna beat me up. I'm sorry. But anyway, but those three of us were
Oh,
certified
at the
as
same time. Okay.
instructors. Yeah, and that's when Guru Brandon went back to the PI and stuff like that, and occasionally, come back and visit us and see how we're doing. But he's still involved in the curriculum here and stuff like that. We're
Oh
still
yeah.
under him. Yeah, but it just so happens that I'm the lead instructor and stuff.
No, it's fantastic, and I'm sure obviously he had extreme
Thank
confidence
you.
in for you to. I mean,
Yeah, it
so
is
now,
sure is an honor for sure.
oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So just tell me, like, all right, so you're running classes now, like. How often are your classes, or like, are they? Because I remember one time I reached out to you because I was going to go to California and I forgot what happened. I
Oh, okay.
reached out to Guru Brandon, and then
Uh,
he referenced me to you. And then at that point, I think you guys were just doing stuff on the weekends.
yeah, at that time we were still kind of like trying to find out
Oh,
what
last
more.
name Lomison, Mike.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, sorry,
Okay,
Mike.
he came through. He came through. So Paul came through.
Yes, that Mike Lamotan. Sorry. By the way, Mike is a high-ranking instructor also in Shuijiao.
Okay.
Very knowledgeable. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of the scheduling and stuff like that, because I work also, during the weekend. But before the pandemic, we opened up Thursdays as well. So it's
Oh, Thursday nights.
yeah, Thursday nights. Yeah,
So right now, I mean, so assuming that this hopefully ends soon, you guys. So on Thursdays and
it'll
weekends.
be yeah, Thursday and Saturdays and Sundays.
So awesome. So like just like what do you guys do just far as like class format, just for people who when this ends, if they wanted to look you up or whatever, like how's the format go? Like I see like with Brandon, not Google Brandon, but the other Brandon who manages the site there. I see him
Uh-huh.
post some vids and all that. So it sounds like you guys like the footwork and what have
Yeah,
you. And
I mean, pretty much, my thing is that I teach what Master Topher taught me,
oh, see,
and
which is
we're
good. You
yeah,
a continuation. Okay.
get the basics in there, because
Yeah.
you can't speak a language unless you know the idiom.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
No,
know what
no,
I'm
no.
saying? I mean, some people say, I want to speak the language, but you don't even know how to speak yet, and you
Yeah.
gotta know how to. That's how Master Topher taught me. And he taught me the X, bagsak, the footwork, tatlong bao, all that kind of stuff. So that's basically what we do. It's like,
Okay.
you got to have tools in your toolbox before you can fix something.
Yeah. No.
You got
No.
to have,
Yeah.
and Master Topper has always told me, Jeff, it's all in the fundamentals. It's all in the basics, man. It's all in there.
The
You gotta work
basics. I'm
it.
telling you.
There's no secret. He told me there's no secret to it. You gotta work. You
Yeah.
gotta work the basics. And even when he
God,
was,
you think about it.
yeah,
Like, what do you like? You know this as well. Like, what have you gotten hit with? You gotten hit with
exactly, exactly. I mean, you know what? It's been 15 years since I've been doing this.
Mm,
I'm still trying to refine my number one.
yeah. No, I know because you know what? Until you're faster than lightning, or you're breaking whatever, or you're so non-tell. There's always stuff to
There's
refine.
always something to work on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, it's you got to have your basics, and some people say, well, that's kind of boring. Well, you know what? You can't get from there to with
Uh,
here. This
I
is when you
I
pay the
find it.
price. Yeah, I mean,
I don't find it boring. Like I find it like, hey, can I make this more non-tell? Can my
yeah,
recovery be quicker? Like to me, that's like there's but I get it. Everybody's different, but I like you don't find that boring.
yeah. I'm kind of still. Like I said, I'm a product of my teacher.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of old school that way.
Mm.
Like,
Good. We need
gotta, we're not rolling in the dough. We're not into that.
Oh my
We might
God!
have,
Like you were talking about the other day, man. If you're doing this for the money,
you're in the wrong business, right?
good heavens!
I
I'm
mean,
telling you,
you know,
yeah.
to me, it always reflects, you know, back to my how I was taught. You know,
Mm,
the
mm.
Master Topher never, he said just train, train
You
the
know what I
people.
liked about those guys too? There's nothing like fancy or show off. I mean, I'm telling you, they
Uh,
just they
no,
took the basics and they just made them work. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
like
I
we
mean,
see videos,
obviously, yeah,
you know?
his movements are beautiful. I mean, the
Yeah,
Master Topper and Guru Brandon and Guru Bruce, when they move, I mean, they're fantastic.
yeah.
But it's like there's reason for the beauty. It's not just empty flowery
No,
movement.
no, no. I mean, right. There's like when they do like that. I think they have some of the best expressions of Eki's footwork.
There you
You know,
go. Yeah.
like I've seen it. Like their hip. Like I watched. I like when I watch. I really watch them on their Eki. Like how they get in that hip. And to me, I think they have the. In my opinion, I think they have probably the best example of that. But just that, and but like you said, you're right. It's beautiful, but basic and effective.
But they paid the price. I
Yeah.
know for a fact that when they were kids, their dad had them like
Oh, I can't even imagine.
X,
Yeah.
sock.
Yeah,
You
in
know
the
how it
living
is
room,
when you're like
500 reps.
yeah, when you're the master's sons, right? I mean, he has
Uh,
better do it, right?
yeah,
But
that's
it's out of love. I mean, he wanted them to be good, and
oh yeah, yeah, and I'm sure,
yeah,
yeah. And
and
look
the
at them now.
result is evident. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and
And
unfortunately, some people when they come into the system, they don't understand the price you have to pay for having whatever skills you might have.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
instant gratification type of thing where
No,
you don't understand that Tatang had to like do that 1,000 times at least to be good at it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
his uncle.
there's no way around it. I'm sorry, I'm sorry to burst anybody's bubble. I'm
No,
sorry
no,
that,
no. I mean,
I'm
no,
not.
you're putting the work in. You know what I mean? Like yeah, yeah. If you're not in it, yeah. No, I totally agree. Yeah, it's yeah. Let's get it because I definitely want to get the demo. So, and I know you're because I think this is fantastic what you've done. I think it's really special.
Oh,
Let's
thank.
let's talk about your nonprofit organization and
Oh yeah.
what you guys are doing.
It's doing pretty good. It's called Martial Arts for Life, MA4L. We have a Facebook page and a website, and
Here,
basically,
I don't mean to interrupt you because I didn't know you had a Facebook page. There's martial
yeah,
arts.
it's Martial Arts for Life.
I
The
got to check that
fourth,
out. Okay,
number four.
martial arts for life.
Yeah,
Okay.
and basically, it's an umbrella organization that we put together along with my associate Scott Barry, who's also my student, but he's a black belt in yeah, he's a black belt in Kajukembo
Oh, okay.
under Professor Joe Taranga, which is a direct uh, lineage with Imperato. Really high guy, great guy, and stuff like that. But
Okay.
anyway, the umbrella organization is put together so that we can offer classes to low income or military people or families that don't have the extra money to uh, put down for their kids for lessons and stuff like
Oh,
that.
fantastic.
Yeah, because in San Diego, obviously we're a Navy military
Yeah,
town,
military, right, right. That's where
and most of it, yeah,
Rick has got the rope from, right?
yeah, exactly, and most of the time, you know, the spouses are deployed and
Mm,
they're just barely making ends meet.
yeah, it's
So,
just, man, I give those people just so much their sacrifice. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's not just the guys who are actually going to the field.
no people left behind doing taking care of everything. Yeah,
Exactly. They have to take care of business. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And the idea is that we want to come alongside them and offer them support that way. If they, if they can't afford the lessons and stuff like that, will we be able to like adjust it because we don't have a high overhead and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And if they can't afford it at all, but we see that there's a need, we can do a scholarship where we can defray the costs, because we've been blessed with uh, beneficiaries and people that want to support what we do and believe what we do, so they contribute to the funds and stuff like that, and that goes directly to the teachers and the equipment and whatnot.
Mm,
And
fantastic.
yeah,
Wow.
so that basically, so we teach basically Kajukembo and Kali Illustrisimo. That's two separate systems. They're not mixed together.
Yeah.
And basically, for the kids, we funnel them through Kajukembo first because that's more structured in
No, no,
terms.
I see that. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, and then if they show maturity and they understand that it's a privilege to learn a little bit more, then I I teach them and stuff like that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Basics of Kali Illustrisimo,
What a
which is
great, wow. What a great thing
yeah,
you guys are doing.
yeah.
That's, Richard Packman said, how can we donate? Is there a way to donate?
Yeah, you can go to Martial Arts for Life. The website, it has a PayPal link. If you wish, click on the PayPal link, and you'll be
Well,
able to. We
I'm going to
appreciate
be
any.
donating. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I think
we
what you guys are
believe
doing
that we got to get
is,
the youth involved. We
no,
have to get
no.
them,
Yeah.
because there's so many things that are. I have a young son. I know my young son is like being drawn with video games and whatnot, and that's part of life here in America. But we want to have something else
Mm,
to get them involved in and stuff like that, and
no,
part of
no. I just,
the cultural part, because there's a lot of Filipinos that Filipino Americans that don't even understand what their culture offers other than pancit or lumpia or something like that, which are good, man. I
hey,
love them. I love it.
I'm a
But
fan of
yeah,
lumpia.
and that stems back to
Yeah.
my own upbringing, because I, as an American, I want to be able to identify what I can bring to my adopted country.
No, good on you. No, I just, I think what you get that, I just think that's so fantastic
Thank
what
you.
you guys are doing. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah,
helping people out and giving kids an opportunity to maybe do something where they don't have anything else to do, maybe based on their lifestyle or because, like you said, their spot, the other parent is serving, and
yeah.
I think it's fantastic. Good on you guys. I think
Well,
that's awesome.
thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And all right. So I just want to make sure I got this correct, 'cause I'm going to be posting on here so the website www Marshall for
MA MA4, like a number 4 L.
I'm sorry, MA4.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
SD says in San Diego. You know what? I'll text you all the information, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah, because
I'll get
God knows
that
I'll
for
probably
you.
end up screwing it up, and then I can
Yeah.
put it on there so people want to check it out. Because I for one want to check it out.
Oh
So
well, thank you. I appreciate
yeah.
it.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. All right, so um, all right, what do you think? I mean, I'm going to enjoy seeing whatever you want to do, but whatever. I'm sorry. Well, did you have anything on the nonprofit? Was that any more?
No, that's basically what I wanted to share.
Okay, okay. No,
You know,
I think that's.
we also have we're planning to have some classes online and stuff like that. If there's any kids that want to
Oh,
continue
wow, okay.
anything,
Is that also falls
yeah,
on the umbrella of this site too?
same site and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Not up
Okay.
yet, but we'll get that going. Depending on how long this pandemic is going, and
Oh gosh.
who knows. But
Mm,
but
mm,
eventually we have to have some sort of presence and some sort of way to
mm.
keep this going. Same thing with Kali Illustrisimo USA has an online program now that
Is that what I just joined like a couple months ago? The Kali Susumo members 2020.
no, that's a different one. That is for affiliates and whatnot. The Kali Illustrisimo online is specifically for students directly under our banner.
Okay, because I'm part of. Okay, so the one I'm part of is more kind of
For the general,
referral.
yeah, that's more. Yeah, you have the access to the Guru Brandon Ricketts archives and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
I'm glad
the
you
one that I
set that up.
just
It's
yeah, the one that I actually
fantastic.
put together the actual curriculum that I actually teach here and
Okay.
stuff like that. And it is for the active student. And of course, if somebody wants to join in, get a hold of me, contact me, and then we'll find out what's going on. Because we already have a couple of students from outside California that reached out to me and wanted to actually go through curriculum and stuff like that. And yeah, of course, we're more than happy to
Just
see what we
wow.
can accommodate with that.
How does one do that? So they message you.
Just DM me, Jeff
Okay.
Jeff
And what
D
do you
or
now when you
whatever.
say,
Yeah,
like,
and
what
I'll
do
give
you
you all the information. Yep.
I mean, online, like, what do you is it they join and then they get
Oh, I
access to
see.
some
Well,
videos?
basically, the structure is right now it's like this. So once they join,
Okay.
we'll have them access the private training page and stuff like that, which has, like I said, the material that we teach here in Illustrisimo USA, and then 3 times a week we have video chat in Messenger. We're actually correct and answer questions that uh, a person might have and stuff like that, and then we go from there.
Fantastic. So when you say where you critique and all that, will they send you like a video on like what they're currently
Yeah,
doing?
they could. Yeah, because
Oh, oh,
basically, yeah, because basically, I post up whatever I need to have them work on. Let's say, for example, tatlong bao or whatever. I leave the specific instructions on the clip so that they can actually perform it, and then they could either have me on the video chat actually see it and correct it, or they can actually tape it, send it
and
to me.
send you a video.
Now,
Huh.
yeah, review it, and then there's like a feedback thing. It's not like
I know, I think it's fantastic.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, you have a direct
No, I think that's
communication with
yeah,
me in terms of like, okay, what Jeff, what do I need to work on, blah blah blah.
sure, sure.
Exactly.
I think I'm gonna be missing because even though I'm going to Burton, I want exposure from all the 5 pillars.
Oh wow, I'll be honored. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because
So,
Burton's more. I mean, Burton definitely love Master Topher. I mean,
oh yeah,
but I think Burton's kind of Diego and Tommy Die, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So I don't know. So yeah, you could be getting a message from me.
By the way, Master Topher always had great words for Bert. He
Yeah, he's
brothers.
hard guy not to like, huh?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. They
Yeah,
get along super well.
yeah. He has had nothing but, I talk to him like because I talk to him every couple of weeks. Nothing but wonderful, profound things to say about all those guys.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
yeah,
They're great guys.
yeah. So all right, that's fantastic. Okay, so I'm ready for a demo. Whatever you want, and again,
Okay,
whatever you.
well, I just wanted to share something real quick.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sure.
nothing really super heavy and
Yeah,
whatnot. But I just wanted to share like for us who're stuck in
yeah.
our
I
prison,
know.
in our self-made prison, and we can't do anything right now and stuff. Basically, I just wanted to share something like transitioning from. Can you hear me? All okay?
I can hear you perfectly. Sure.
Okay. So basically, I just wanted to share something that I do for my own training,
Okay.
and basically, it's that transitioning from abierta position to cerrada position.
Okay.
Right? So basically, you can do this for when you're practicing your abecedario. Let me take for example abecedario 3. Now I don't know. Again, this is specifically applicable to Master Topper's lineage, so I
Okay.
can't speak for anybody else. I do not speak for anyone else.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear. All right. So basically, it's V de cadena V. That's number 3.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with this, Dean. But V de cadena V is basically a snap cut to the neck,
Yeah.
carotid artery, and you know de cadena,
Yeah.
and then the hata, which is basically a finishing strike across, right? That's from abierta position.
Okay.
There's also cerrada position, which is this V de cadena V.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
So whatever you can do from abierta, you can do from cerrada, right? So the transition forward is like this: V, decadena,
Yeah.
V,
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 decadena.
okay.
Okay.
So your second cut, you're bringing down to hip.
Yeah. So I just and one more thing, if I may,
Sure.
when you transition from abierta to cerrada, try not to get the blade way over here.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when you go the final V, you don't go like this. And the reason for that is that it takes too long to get to the front.
Okay.
So basically, and this is like the details that Master Topher shared, is that when you pass center line,
Yes.
your threshold, the way you cut, break this way. So in other words, you rotate your wrist.
Oh, and then bring over to. Okay. Okay.
And go like this. See how it the hip. Remember what we talked about?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The hip.
Yeah.
That initiates it faster.
Oh, they bring it back over quick.
It
I
brings
got
it back to center line or to
I got
wherever we're going to do, right?
Okay.
Because if you just go like this, what's happening is like it's your arm. It's just your arm,
Mm.
right? So that again, that's one of the things that Master Topher was very particular
No,
with. Is
I
that
like that little nuance.
yeah, the hip motion forward,
Hmm.
then going like this, and then back to abierta. See,
I
from
like
here,
that transition.
yeah, the transition is he's very critical about that.
Yeah.
He doesn't want it to be drifting too much. You know what I'm saying? He wanted
No, it provides a quicker recovery. No, yeah, yeah,
and the arc is a little shorter.
yeah. No, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, way over here. Which again, you're trading power for speed, right? I mean, this is yeah powerful, but look at how exposed I am.
No, your whole arm is left there.
There you go like this, then
No,
I might
yeah,
be fast, but look at how.
no,
But
yeah.
here,
No, I got you.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that. That's one of the
No, I
things
think that was
was
fantastic.
doing.
I
Yeah,
love that nuance. I think it was fantastic. I like that here and then just kind of flipping over the wrist and coming back like that. Yeah.
yeah. The wrist doesn't break this way.
Yeah.
The wrist is turning. It's rotating. Like it's rotating.
I like that.
So
I'm gonna be
that
working.
that's
I'm
a
gonna be
total.
working that tonight.
Well, I just thank you for allowing me to share that because that's one of the things that Master Topper
No, I'm glad I
that's
actually did.
part.
Like I love like little things like that as opposed. Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna be sending you a video.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Right.
we got okay. So Richard Peckman, Instagram, Kali Illustrisimo _ USA.
There you go. Yeah. We
So
also have
that's
an
the.
Instagram. You can
Oh, okay,
contact me there. Yep.
okay,
For any information, yeah, please go ahead and
okay.
contact me there.
And obviously on Facebook, and
Yeah,
then
and on Facebook as well. Yes.
all right, Guru Vico, great explanation, Guru Jeff. As much as possible, keep the point already pointed to the opponent, keeping him in check. Oh, okay, like I see, right here, and then you
Yeah,
do that.
exactly. You don't want it's like you don't want to have the tip drift too far away,
Yeah, right.
and it's towards the opponent already. So even when you go in here, like
Yeah,
back to the Abierta position, the point is towards it. That's like Guru Biko said. So from here, I go here. I don't go here and then recover
I got it.
because you already cut it. You already passed the cutting portion of it.
You know what, Jeff? This is just too good. You're gonna have to watch me, man.
All right, D. Yes. All right. Nice.
You're saying here and cut it back, right?
Always remember. So when you're at the other position, it's here.
Here, and then back, and
Yep.
then
And
there.
it's here, and then fire back.
All
So
right.
you don't want it passing this, like you're in your
Yeah, right.
back.
I understand. Like you don't want it here. I should be here and then cut back.
There you go. Here.
Right.
That whole you got to get your
So
hip.
here, then here, cut back. Okay.
Yep. Stay here. So when I go here, See how quick the tip.
No, I definitely do. So in
Yeah.
slow motion, I'm going here, 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 cut
Yeah.
back.
See how my See how the wrist is breaking like this, as opposed to
Yeah.
going up here.
No, right, not right.
Yeah.
So
Here.
is that correct?
Go do it again.
So if I go here, Dana, I'm coming back here, boom.
That's possible. We're gonna have to get you in the program, Dean. There you go. Yeah, there you go. You got that.
What's that? I think, but I know you mean you're coming here, and we're coming back. So the tip never goes behind you. Tip should always stay in front.
Yeah. So from here, it basically is going like this.
Okay.
See how it's shortened? It's
No, I do. I do.
shortening the
Yeah,
recovery.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because if I go out here, like I said, I'm too exposed.
yeah, I do.
Yep. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, I got.
Nice.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna be getting.
We speak the same language.
Well, Dave always told me was sword tip
Uh-huh.
always forward.
Yeah.
There's no reason for the tip to come behind you. You
Yeah.
know, and again, like we talked about, between those Master Topher and PG Edgar, I mean, a lot of this stuff, I'm sure, was probably a fusion. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, but no, that was great. I love that. That was a nice. I like that. I like that
I
piece.
enjoyed that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun talking to you. I mean, by the way, let me just say, I enjoy your platform. I mean, you do a great job with
Oh, I
illustration.
appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to build it, like, and give people a platform who maybe normal circumstances may never have gotten one, and maybe have like really good stuff to talk about. Like, for instance, you. I mean, obviously, and so the goal is to grow it, and
Right on.
and because we don't have a voice, we're getting killed. We're getting killed by MMA. We're getting killed by BJJ. We're getting
Yeah.
killed by traditional stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's just the way it is. I mean, so
Yeah.
I figured somebody's got to try to do something about it.
There you go. Right. Good things start small.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. But this has been absolutely wonderful. And I want to thank everybody who was watching. This is the first one I ever I ever
Oh
jumped
man,
into.
we went over.
Oh no worries. Oh, no worries. No worries. No, I mean, hey, let's be honest. Like, when before this epidemic came, there were actually, like, sometimes I would have to run and go teach. So sometimes I would have to keep an hour, but because I'm just so busy lately,
Yeah, yeah.
I have
I
nothing
see.
going on. So if
Yeah.
it goes over an hour, that's why I'm starting to do 2 a week now, just
Oh,
because,
okay, I see.
like, the heck else,
That's
keep
cool.
me, yeah. So, but this was wonderful. I thank you so much for coming on.
Well,
And
you know what, Dina, I appreciate it and I enjoyed
yeah,
it too.
yeah, and I'm definitely gonna link up with you, because you probably got
Sure.
some more amazing gems there that I can get. So what I do from here is I so once I get done, I download it, and then it goes on YouTube. So once it's done on YouTube, and it doesn't take me that long. I usually always get it the same night. I'll send you the actual YouTube on your
Okay.
wall.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, brother.
I
That
did.
was great.
Thank you so much once again, and I really appreciate you giving me an opportunity and a time to really share my stories with my time with Master Topher and
Yeah, no, I loved it.
the
And yeah, it
son. You
was a
know,
pleasure.
and just a parting thing. I don't think the five has ever gotten the respect and the exposure that they should be giving them.
No argument here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agreed. I just think it's because you got some of these systems that are just bigger. Nothing against these systems,
Sure.
but there's just some systems that are just so big. I think they generally get a lot of the attention and platform.
Yeah.
It's just like, like, I'm part of Abanir Khalis. There's three of
Mhm.
us in America.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it's a great system and all that, but I just think they just get overshadowed just by some of these bigger systems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think that's the way it is.
Yeah. Well, we'll
So,
do our part.
and
That's
that's
all.
all we do, right? So, all right, brother. So we'll be in touch, and
Okay, man. Thank you so much.
yeah, we send you.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, be
All right,
good.
man.
Take care.
Okay, take care.
All right, oof, that was special. Yeah, so we got a bunch of coming up next week. Yes, Tom Sodas. We're going to be covering his book. I think that's going to be Tuesday. And actually, it was going to be tomorrow, but he's a little under the weather, neck injury and all that. So that should be Tuesday at 7, and then I'll have more information who will be Thursday. Like I said, I was talking to Jeff. We'll be doing a couple of these a week just because there's just so much going on. All right, but all of you, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the YouTube channel FMA Discussion. See you all next week. Thank you.